Kevin, you remember when you had a really small penis? You're like, still do, Ma. Yeah, but I meant a baby penis. It never grew, Ma.
Oh, I just choked a little bit. Not on
Kevin's small penis.
Yeah, no, but on my beer. So.
That makes more sense.
Oh, it's good to be back. You know,
it is good to be.
It's good to be back.
History Defeats Itself is a comedy podcast. Kevin, John, and Greg are not experts, historians, or even all that smart.
Yeah.
Open a can of whoop ass. I was thinking more like fruit punch.
Oh, yeah, that'd be better. Did they put that in cans?
Well, Hawaiian Punch. Do they still make Hawaiian Punch cans?
Remember those?
I totally remember those.
You'd put the big hole in it, and then you go across the other one and put a little aerator
the little guy for the air.
Oh my God,
that was fun.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, we're old, dude.
Guy, yeah, we are.
Hey, should we get started?
Yeah,
I thought we were.
What the hell?
Who's going first?
All right, well, this is History Defeats Itself. I'm here with my lovely co-hosts, John and Greg. My name's Kevin, and we've taken some time off lately. We've all been very busy, and the break was helpful. What did you guys do with your time off?
Facelift.
Found Jesus and what?
Facelift. I got a
facelift. John.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Okay.
I had plenty of time for it to heal.
It's hard to tell through the beard, but
yeah. Well, I just did this thing, so I'm just waiting for it to heal, and then I'm going to shave the beard off.
Okay.
So,
well, if you're watching this on YouTube, undoubtedly you notice that we're not putting up video anymore. We're still on YouTube, but it's just going to be the audio because we started getting complaints about how handsome we were, and a
lot of divorces caused by these three mugs.
Lots of dick pics coming our way. Didn't like it,
and we're not saying stop.
But,
yeah. But
maybe wait,
Joe and Missoula, maybe go to the dermatologist.
Yeah. We're a little worried about you. We kind of zoomed in on a few, and it's not in a good spot.
Frank Jacobson, you definitely have cancer.
Yeah, mm-hmm. Yeah, Frank, we're pulling for you, buddy.
Yeah, and Stephanie, thank you. We hadn't got a vagina pic before. That was refreshing. So, not sure how you tattooed the inside, but okay.
I don't know how you get it to prolapse like that, but good on you.
Additionally, we're also going down to monthly, at least for now. We're just kind of doing a loose thing here. We're very busy people, and we're trying to keep this going because we got so many cards and letters, lots of postcards,
and nobody bought our cryptocurrency. So
no one,
yeah,
no one bought John Coin. Nobody bought John Coin.
It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. Get in now, ground floor.
It's George Coin.
George Coin.
I bought some. I guess I'm the only one.
Everything's good. Everything's good with us, everybody. Like we did have somebody reach out to us and ask if we were okay. We're fine. We're fine. I think. I mean, I'm fine. I don't know.
Mentally and physically, we're fine. But
yeah. John's got something on his leg. Some sort of a growth. Could kill him.
I got steroid cream today too because I got multiple things happen in the same spot on my leg. So it's not good, guys.
No, I'm worried about you.
You're such an attention seeker.
Well, It's mostly just my legs are really skinny, and when I look at them, I think, how do I stand on these things?
I hope it kills you so I can go to your funeral and say, "Whoop, I was wrong. I should have been much nicer to him."
I hope I died too.
I think so. Yeah. You, John, I don't think I've ever seen you in shorts, so I can't speak. I mean, you were always wearing pants.
You don't want to see that.
No.
Did I? I thought I wore shorts when we met for drinks. Did I not wear shorts? Was I in pants?
No, you were kicked out of the bar.
You mean a few weeks ago when you were here?
Yeah.
No, I think it was last week. I think no, because remember you commented on my shorts,
right? Because your legs are awful skinny.
Well, I've been working on them. They're pretty good.
It's not helping.
No.
No.
They're still way closer to being normal size than yours, John.
We're talking about Kevin's legs right now, so I don't know why you got to keep coming back.
Let John deflect. All right.
Yeah. No, they're very skinny. So, and every time I wear shorts, people always comment on how skinny they are. They're like, "Oh, like, hey, you got something to hang on your shorts? Oh, wait, it's just your leg."
Yeah,
that's a good one.
Yeah,
it's solid. Funny. I like that.
Yeah.
Well, maybe do some squats and some calf raises, like John, like Greg's granddaughter does to boost her legs.
It's true.
She does have big legs.
She's got some big legs for that 1-year-old.
Chalk.
All right, just so everybody knows too, we're doing things a little differently for those of you who've been with us for a while. We're each gonna bring a topic each episode, and we're just gonna chat. We're just gonna talk about it, and it's not gonna be one person coming with it, but we still keep the same idea that I don't know what John and Greg are gonna talk about, and they don't know what I'm gonna talk about. So we're just gonna kind of change it.
I don't know what I'm gonna talk about either.
That's right. Are you Googling right now?
What is that word? Guys, my topic is Google.
My topic
Just came to me.
is how to Google stuff.
My Topo
Topo Chico.
Topo Chico
Have
is...
you tried I'm all about ranch water now. I'm all in on ranch
I don't know
water.
what ranch water is. I don't know what you keep saying.
It doesn't have as much flavor as it needs to.
Well, I'm okay with that though.
Is it
because
like
a lot of
white
it's like a seltzer. Remember the one that Sheena had when we were hanging out, John? It's kind of like in that family. But it's like 5% and they're totally crushable. And I'm a raging alcoholic and I need to somehow tone it down.
I don't
Have you
think you're
tried just
raging. I think you're just consistent.
Okay, yeah, I like that.
Yeah,
Actually, that's better. Yeah.
So in our time off, I have done a lot of self-exploration. And
Masturbation.
Yeah, well, yes, that's, I mean,
Physical self-exploration.
Putting fingers in crevices and what have you.
just touching stuff.
let me use my words because
See
it's,
what does what.
See how this all works.
what is this hole in the back of my body?
Lots of pulling and twisting and shoving and what have you.
I don't even know where I was going with that.
It doesn't matter at this point. All right, should I start?
I believe you should.
Well, I don't have a topic, so
You
yeah,
gotta
get going.
Give me time
All right.
to research.
Louisiana.
Oh, fuck.
That's it.
Really? I'm doing Louisiana.
Are you really?
I mean, I am now.
Known for Creole food, Mardi Gras, humidity, and of course,
Did you write this, or you're just thinking about it?
religious imposition.
What's an imposition?
Louisiana has become the first state to require that the 10 Commandments be displayed in every public school classroom. Every classroom. Republican Governor Jeff Landry signed a new law last month that requires a poster-sized display of the 10 Commandments in large, easily readable font in all public classrooms from kindergarten to state-funded universities.
That's fucked up.
And this is good. I like this. If you want to respect the rule of law, you've got to start with from the original lawgiver, which was Moses, who got the 10 Commandments from God, Landry said.
Good point.
But it's funny because well, was he the original lawgiver? Because it's not totally true. So this is Deuteronomy 9:10. Moses wrote, "And the Lord delivered unto me 2 tables of stone written with the finger of God." So really, yeah,
It was from God.
Was
Yeah,
Moses
God's
the
the one-
original
yeah,
lawgiver?
Moses is just a narc.
He's the least popular guy.
Yeah. Nobody wants to go to a party with that guy.
No, why would you want to go to a party with a dude who's gonna fucking just tell you all the shit you're supposed to do?
Do you know what the 10 Commandments are?
So we're gonna go over that. I've got them.
Oh my God. I didn't do any research at all.
Well, you gotta do something. Is that why all of a
That's not how
sudden
you
you're
presented it. That is not how you
why
presented
I'm
it.
fucking reading fucking...
Well, I mean, no, you just have to know something about something.
Oh, yeah,
right?
no, I know something about something.
Okay.
We're talking about today. I'm doing beard oil. That's what I'm doing.
That's appropriate.
What have we learned? Nothing.
Okay, let's
right.
hear about Moses.
All right. Well, so here, I got this one for you too. Louisiana State Representative Dottie Horton,
Man,
who
that is a
definitely
southern
sounds
name.
like a Louisiana
Yeah.
representative. Right?
Dottie, what you doing? Now, Dottie, you get over here, Dottie.
Come here, Dottie. She was the author of the bill, and she said at the bill signing that it's like hope is in the air everywhere. And she has dismissed concerns from Democratic opponents of the measure, saying that the 10 Commandments are rooted in legal history, and her bill would place a moral code in the classroom.
So wouldn't that put their Lord and Savior Donald Trump in prison? Because he's like, I think
point.
he's broken all 10 of the 10 Commandments,
I mean, it's a great point.
right? So if it's, and
Yeah.
if there's like what does she say? There's what in the air? Joy?
There is hope.
Hope in the air. There's not hope in the air if you're a pregnant woman who doesn't want a baby in Louisiana. That's not hope.
Yep. Nope, that is not hope.
That's dread.
I love how John's already punching holes in all this.
Going
man.
for it. Fuck you, Dottie. Fuck you.
No, I mean I'm on John's side. Fuck you, Dottie.
Yeah.
I am
Fuck
too.
that shit, man.
Of course, I'm on John's side, but
Dottie, let's do some butt stuff later.
Dottie, it's not off the table, just so you know.
Yeah.
Like,
it's probably
bet
off
you're
the table
keeping-
because look at what she's fucking digging into.
Listen, there's nothing in the Ten Commandments that says anything. There's no butt is not in the Ten Commandments. Nowhere.
it is
Ass,
not.
butt,
I have them here, and there's nothing about butt stuff.
butt slut is not in there.
No,
What
Thou
about
shalt not covet for
in the
butt
Mel?
slut.
no,
Brooks,
that's the New Testament.
what about the Mel Brooks movie, History of the World? Don't they read the 10 Commandments and? No, no.
Yeah, that's the 15 commandments, right?
I
He
bring
drops
to you
one of them.
these-
He's 15. Oh shit! 10 Commandments.
Yeah. I mean, what the fuck? We've been down this road before, too. In 1980, the U.S. Supreme Court ruled that a similar Kentucky law was unconstitutional and violated the Establishment Clause of the U.S. Constitution, which says Congress can make no law respecting an establishment of religion.
Oh shit!
The High Court found that the law had no secular purpose, but rather served a plainly religious purpose. So this is what this is. Like, but they try to spin it. You know, they're trying to spin it into this, like, I don't know, this like thing of like, well, we want the kids to know, you know, moral code and stuff like that. It's like, no, you're not doing that.
Well,
You're
so-
not doing that.
Here's the thing that always has confused me when the moral code. Right? So, like in the Bible, it is cool. Like it not only cool, but encouraged that you have sex with a girl after she started her menstrual cycle. So whether that's 12, 13, 14, it's encouraged in the Bible to bang kids. Yet somehow it's moral. I don't understand. Please, someone write in and tell me how this is
Look,
moral.
listen, John, we pick and choose what we want from the Bible to push our own agendas. That's
Yeah.
how we work.
I think
That's what
back
we do.
then people only lived to be 14, so I don't know what your beef is.
That is a good point. Yeah. Oh my God, she's got 6 months to start a family.
Both the men and the women died during childbirth.
Usually from raids. So
Yeah.
9 out of 10 kids murdered by Vikings. So
all right, so let's. I've got the commandments here. You guys, do you know the 10 Commandments, Sean? You sounded like you might.
well, I know there's like don't covet your wife's or don't covet your neighbor's wife. Don't
Don't
kill.
covet your neighbor's wife's
Something about
vagina.
coveting.
There's
Well,
just, don't covet shit.
Well, there's right, but it specifically I think says don't covet your neighbor's wife, which is very fascinating.
So there are different versions of it, of the 10 Commandments, and I think don't they even exist?
Whoa! It was written by God, so there's only one version, and
Well,
it's
that's
the
not the
God
way I
version.
saw it. Greg, is it like, and I'm not, I know you're not like a super like active Jew, but it's in, I read that the 10 Commandments are,
Wait, are you calling Greg fat?
Dude, I
don't know
go
how
to the
that
gym.
happened.
I go to the gym a lot.
He's saying you're not active. So
oh God.
he's like,
He
I
just
know you're a
accused me
lazy
of
piece of
fucking-
shit.
He just told me I'm fat.
I know you're a Jew who lays around and does nothing.
Also,
like
you're not
most
very
of you
religious.
like like most of you guys, just counting your coins. But the thing I read said that it was the 10 Commandments were in Judaism too. I didn't know that. Is that a thing?
Oh,
Yeah. Welcome
I didn't
to
know
the
that.
fucking
But Judaism
Torah.
has, what is it, like 300? They have a shit to 500 commandments. There's a ton of commandments.
buddy. You gotta stop fucking coming up with topics where you're gonna do a half-ass job. Next time, what I want you to do is go to
Okay.
Hebrew school, talk to a rabbi, learn everything about Judaism, convert, have a bar mitzvah, get a bris in front of all of us.
go to your bar mitzvah.
Wait, why do I need a
We're all
bris?
we're all
I
gonna.
was
I
was
don't-
circumcised,
not-
homie. I like.
not Jewish.
No. He didn't finish. Get a brisket.
Oh, okay. That I like.
Get a brisket.
That's only part of this that I like.
Until you're willing to commit that far, don't talk about shit you don't know about. You're misinforming our audience, and it's very dangerous. John probably agrees with this, which is why John and I didn't do a topic.
Don't drag me into your bullshit. I did a topic.
So wait, are you suggesting that the 10 Commandments are not part of Judaism?
That's not what I said at all. I said,
Well, you
your
said I didn't know my
question-
shit.
I said your question's stupid.
Well, I said that I read that, but I didn't know it.
I
That's all.
believe I was told by a rabbi at one of Greg's children's bar mitzvah. I can't remember which one it was, but I was told by the rabbi that there's 500 commandments. There's a shit ton of commandments.
That guy wasn't even a real rabbi, dude. He was
nice.
working at Der Wiener Schnitzel.
It was Greg's brother.
It was it was the drive-through at Del Taco, and you're like, I was wondering why you talked to that guy for so long.
How many commandments are there in Judaism?
It's like, well, sir, I'm glad you asked because
I figured you were just getting fingered like a normal guy, but no, you're talking about 500 commandments.
I like to multitask, so
I remember John was really impressed with that rabbi.
it sounds like he's bringing it up now.
We went to work the next Monday, and he's like, "Man, that guy knows his shit." I'm like, "Yeah, buddy, he's a rabbi."
Well, which is it, Greg? Is he a Del Taco employee or is he a rabbi? Because you're really fucking confusing everyone.
Well, for the joke part,
Oh.
Well, also, like, I don't think they make a lot of money, so they need supplemental income.
supplemental income.
I'm talking about the Del Taco employees, so they also have to be rabbis, you know?
There's like
Every
they have like
Del
a
Taco.
rabbi training school in the back of every Del Taco.
So they hang the 10 commandments at every Del Taco. Too.
Well, no, 500, because apparently there's a lot more in Judaism.
And each one of them has their own like combo. Like I would like to get the number 401.
Thou shalt not shit thy pants. Have the fries. Only the fries.
It's not Taco Bell, buddy.
Oh, isn't it though?
It is. It is.
It's wait. No, I do not have diarrhea after eating Del Taco.
You have diarrhea after waking up and eating
Yeah.
lunch and
You eat
going
bread,
to bed.
you eat bread and drink water and you have diarrhea.
It's better than you guys who have diarrhea before you wake up. Ow! That's why they go to sleep in diapers.
Well, that's accurate.
Yeah.
That's accurate.
And that's why Kevin lays on his back and says, "Sheena, I did it again.
It happened again.
Clean me, please."
And his kid's like, seriously, Dad, grow the fuck up.
Yeah, Elwood's like, dude, I just got over this, and now you're gonna have you're supposed to take longer than this, Dad.
You keep pooping out your back of your diaper.
Dad had another blowout.
Those are terrible, John.
Those are not.
All right,
fun.
yeah, I know what shit is. Like I've never had a kid, but I know what a blowout is, and I know
what poop is.
I know what feces is. So remember, I shit my pants.
So did I.
Yep. Everyone on this podcast did. That's what we're famous for.
That's true.
Okay, so now we're covering my topic.
All right, so here's the 10 commandments. All right, let's see. So the number one is, "Thou shalt have no other gods before me."
Lame.
Trump.
There's only one true God, guys. "Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image."
What
I
does
don't know
mean?
what that means.
Don't draw me?
So according to ChatGPT, it means this commandment forbids the creation and worship of idols or images.
What does graven mean?
I don't know. "Thou shalt not take the name of thy Lord God in vain."
God
Okay.
damn it.
I've heard that one before.
Yep.
Hey, but is it when you say "God damn it"? Aren't you just giving him a suggestion of what he should do to something?
Right,
what
you're
I
like,
s-
right. It's
I've
God,
said that
comma,
before.
damn it.
Yeah. Hey, God, this is stupid. Damn this for me, will you?
Yeah, since you're fucking all knowing and shit.
Yeah.
Can you
All
pull us off
powerful,
this
let's
shit?
see
I mean, you didn't help me when I, had those hemorrhoids, but you could help me now. I didn't have hemorrhoids.
You have
I
never
not had
given me-
hemorrhoids.
What, he did not want to. He did not want to really.
He's
Through
cool
the-
with
That took home.
I
cool
threw
with-
that asterisk in quick, didn't I?
He's cool with like small penis jokes all day long. Never throws the asterisk in there, but he's like,
No.
no, I didn't have hemorrhoids.
He
No,
just
no.
totally almost screwed up his chances of getting laid by all of our listeners.
No, man,
Good
almost.
save, Kevin.
Almost. Not quite, though. I got that one. "Honor thy father and mother."
Yeah, I mean, do you have to? What if your parents are dicks?
That's what I agree. I agree. That's what these commandments are flawed. "Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy." I mean, come on. I know
That's
some
just advice.
I know some people who go to church. They watch football too.
Well, no, I
You
think I think the Sabbath day is Monday because that's the day after the Super Bowl. Isn't that the Sabbath?
Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah. Yeah, oh, that is right. Yeah, remember the Sabbath day, thine Super Bowl after party. All
It's remember the Titans, dude.
right, this one's stupid. "Thou shalt
No.
not kill."
Ugh. Yeah, that's judgy.
And this one's my favorite because it's like, seriously, I mean, politicians, "Thou shalt not commit adultery," right? I mean, come on. Come on.
Unless she's really hot and you ask your wife first, or he's really hot and you ask your husband first, or she's really hot and you ask your husband first.
Yep.
Or if he's really hot.
Look, we don't need to go through all of these because there's a lot. There's a lot.
Yeah.
Or
We're fine with everybody's whatever.
I need to mute Greg because this is just gonna keep going.
Or you're in a throuple, and your husband and your husband and your wife, and you're cool, so you want to tell both your husband and your wife.
You're pansexual.
You figure you're already open-minded because you're in the throuple. So what's a little more gonna do?
Yeah. So
Thou shalt not steal.
Wait, but can I get to the thou shalt not kill thing? So when Courtney and I were in Thailand, we hired
killed somebody.
Yeah, it's Thailand, and Thai people are so easy to kill. They're so small.
Jesus. They're just standing there, like they're not going to get killed.
Standing there on their street corner selling food, not expecting to get murdered. So
yeah, that is on them.
Well, until now,
and so they're
a little bit more guarded.
Ever since Courtney and I got back from there. So we went to this like really cool national forest, and we hired this driver, and
wasn't that cool? You killed somebody there.
No, he was.
Well, it wasn't cool for that guy, but it was cool for John.
I guess he was. I think he was Buddhist, but he was talking about they don't like. So they have like these 3 tenets, and I can't remember what the only one I remember is you're not supposed to kill. And Courtney and I were like, well, that seems easy, and he's like, no, he's like, you're not even supposed to kill a mosquito, right? So it's like their thing is like you're not supposed to kill any living creature. Or eat any living creature.
So I fucked up pretty good.
Oh, I like have killed so many mosquitoes and flies.
Fuck mosquitoes, yeah.
And people.
Mosquitoes are good for nothing.
And people.
If after you die,
sounds like they were mostly immigrants, though.
I'm insecuring that southern border.
Fucking Joe Biden ain't gonna do it.
Oh, man.
All right. So thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor.
just say lie.
So yeah, it's like false testimony. Like,
yeah.
Okay. And thou shalt not covet. That's John's.
I'm
prohibits the desire for
listen, I want
jealousy
you guys
or
to know,
others' possessions, spouses, or anything.
I covet both your wives, so you're welcome. And I want you. I covet them for different reasons.
What if I don't care if you covet?
I don't. You can covet all you want. Yeah, just don't get weird. Don't keep it in your pants.
Keep it in your pants, pal.
Don't.
Well, you know what? I feel lighter.
You got that off your chest.
Yeah. I thought that was going to go differently. So
let's. I want to also talk. So there's another thing in relation to this from Oklahoma. So all schools are required to incorporate the Bible and the 10 Commandments in their curriculums effective immediately. This happened. I think
this is in Oklahoma.
A week or two ago. Yeah.
This is the whole state or a city?
It's the state of Oklahoma.
Wait, I thought Oklahoma was a city.
Huh?
Oklahoma City is a city in Oklahoma.
That's what
just like California City is a city in California.
This sounds
really
like
much
a musical.
of a city. It's super tiny.
Oklahoma City's a city in Oklahoma.
Yeah, that's the main song in the musical.
Oh. Oklahoma.
So get this, at a state board of education meeting, Oklahoma State Superintendent of Public Instruction Ryan Walters said the Bible is one of the most foundational documents used for the Constitution and the birth of our country. It's crystal clear to us that in the Oklahoma academic standards under Title 70 on multiple occasions, the Bible is a necessary historical document to teach our kids about the history of this country, to have a complete understanding of Western civilization, and to have an understanding of the basis of our legal system.
So not so much with the separation of church and state.
Yeah. Yeah, that First Amendment again, Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion, or prohibiting the free exercise thereof, or abridging the freedom of speech or of the press.
Well, what the founding fathers actually meant was that separation of church and state. So there's no beef.
Oh, yeah, no beef.
Yeah.
That's the first time I've heard that one.
Yeah.
You heard it here first.
Makes more sense.
So I really like this. I really like that he believes the Bible could give us an understanding of the basis of our legal system. So I want to finish with this, and then I'll pass the torch to one of you guys. Here are some of the punishments from offenses that are listed in the Bible. Adultery. in Leviticus 20:10 states that both the adulterer and the adulteress shall be put to death.
That tracks.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Mhm. Leviticus 24:16 prescribes death for anyone who blasphemes the name of the Lord, which is goddamn ridiculous.
That's a little harsh.
Jesus fucking goddamn piece of shit, Christ.
If I'm gonna die, I'd rather fuck my neighbor than just say, "God damn it."
Yeah,
That is actually a good point.
Yeah. I want to go steal something, then fuck my neighbor. And then do they cut your hands off, then kill you, or they just go straight for the killing?
I don't know if I got any stealing stuff. Oh yeah.
How many
oh, yeah,
chances
here.
you get?
So there is one. Theft. Exodus 22:1-4 specifies that a thief must repay multiple times the value of what was stolen. If the thief cannot make restitution, they would be sold into servitude.
Not as
But I was
bad.
hungry. I don't give a shit if you were hungry. You're a slave now.
You're a slave now.
That's way later sentence than saying, "God damn it."
Panera
That's
bread.
true. That is true.
Panera bread. We run on slavery. I don't know.
Deuteronomy 25:1-3 describes the punishment of flogging for certain offenses, but limits the number of lashes to 40 to avoid dehumanizing the offender.
What if you're really into flogging and then you want to throw in a little,
Yeah,
and you
I mean,
want to,
like
and you're
that.
just like, listen, when you're done with the flogging, can you choke me a little bit, right? When you see the whites of my eyes, let me breathe.
Let me breathe for a second and then flog me again.
My safe
Because I
word is
just-
the whites of my eyes.
But so some of those offenses are, one of them was disobedience, like for a kid. And another one is, I had to read this a few times. A man who has sexual relations with a female slave who is promised to another man, but has not been ransomed or given her freedom.
That's wordy.
Yeah.
It's really
Can
wordy.
you tell me what that means?
A man who has sexual relations with a female slave who is promised to another man, but has not been ransomed or given her freedom.
Okay.
It's super specific.
So
I'll
they're
give it
still a
that.
slave
I think so, yeah.
But-
they're still a slave,
but they're still a
but they're
slave, they
promised
don't-
to somebody else.
to somebody else. Like
But
as
if
a
they-
slave or as a
If they
free
were
person?
given their freedom or ransomed, then it's just adultery.
I think so.
So you die anyway.
Yeah. Either way, you're fucked.
Why is God so against getting laid?
God does not like sex.
No, he's
made up, John.
what? No, that's bullshit.
The Bible is a novel.
It's been translated 7,000 times from its original lie.
The Bible's a cookbook.
Oh my God! What if God was real and God came back and goes, guys? Literally, it was all about seasonings. I don't know how
It's
this.
just, I'm a cannibal. This is all this is about.
You guys do not know how to translate.
Because I'm master of the universe. Me and He-Man, the He-Man.
So Deuteronomy 22:13-21 details that a woman who is found not to be a virgin on her wedding night can be stoned to death by the men of her city.
Well, that's good that they keep it in town. You don't want guys. You don't want people coming from out of town.
Right.
Well, you know what they say.
Keep,
You'll keep it local. You'll keep business local. you know?
Yeah, seriously.
it's like farm to table.
All these
Small
goddamn
business
immigrants,
Saturday.
All these goddamn immigrants taking our stoning jobs.
Start stoning jobs.
They have the
You know,
best
it's like-
stones too.
my
What if you
fucking-
live
my-
somewhere where there's only like mushrooms and there's no stones
My grandfather was a
or
stoner.
marshmallows? There's no real stones. There's only marshmallows.
Takes a long time.
It takes forever.
That would be like, what if we enact all the things of the Bible, but we just we take it down a notch. So instead of stoning, it's like you're like the center of like a dodgeball match. So all
Or
people get
you have to go camping with your mother-in-law.
That's Leviticus. Oh fuck, 1:7.
Here's one for perjury, by the way. Deuteronomy 19:16-21 outlines that a false witness should receive the punishment intended for the accused if their false testimony is discovered. So if I pretend, if I falsely accuse one of you of murder, I guess I get murdered.
You know what? I'm on board with
That's
that.
fine.
I'm on board with that. Yeah.
That's
if
okay.
it's
Eye
me.
for an eye?
No. If you're accusing me of murder.
Oh, gotcha.
Right.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
Fuck you,
So-
Charlie Brown.
so let's just be honest. Oklahoma's got the right idea. This is very good for teaching the rule of law.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, it's and we know that people, because that's the reason we have laws, so people don't do bad things. And we all know from this podcast, nobody's in jail because nobody breaks the laws because people follow the things that are written. So
Every time.
yeah.
Wait a second. I'm detecting a note of sarcasm.
What?
We've been off for too long, Greg. That was serious.
Yeah. God, I can't say anything.
So just to be clear, the Civil Liberties Group filed a lawsuit Monday to block Louisiana's new law that requires the 10 Commandments to be displayed, a measure that they contend is unconstitutional. And the plaintiffs filed a motion for a preliminary injunction asking the court to block the law from going into effect while legal proceedings play out. So we'll see where that goes.
As a footnote to your topic, Kevin, I'm going to make my topic a footnote to your topic. And that's
Because you didn't actually have a topic?
I do have a topic, but I saw a clip on one of those social media things. I think it's TikTok, and it was
it Jibba Jabba?
A gentleman.
It was two 20-year-olds jumping around and
on a trampoline.
on a trampoline. Yeah. That's what Greg was.
let me add to what you're saying.
I've got something that applies here.
It started as that, but then I scrolled and I got to this.
After 270 of the same thing, I finally found something different.
There's a city manager.
Chicken recipes.
There was like a city manager that came out and said, "Hey, I'm a Christian too, but this is complete bullshit because it's exclusionary. What if you're an atheist? What if you're a Buddhist? What if you're Jewish? Whatever it is, and you shouldn't be forced to be indoctrinated into religious rules." And he completely like fucking undressed this person, not physically, just mentally undressed their argument, and it was actually pretty cool. It was pretty cool to see that someone had some fucking common sense. And no, that's not my topic, but I just thought it would be cute to interject.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it's really kind of amazing, and I almost did my topic on Project 225 or 2025. I'm sure you guys heard all about that.
Is that Andre 2000 and they're
do you know
getting
Project
back together?
2025?
Yeah, I mean, I have I know. I mean, it's like the whole.
I've got it bookmarked in my Google machine.
White nationalist agenda.
Yeah,
Yeah,
basically. So, I think it's an interesting thing because the right has been pushing their agenda for a while now, obviously, and now they're bringing on the religious part of it too, which is, I don't know, man. That's crazy to me. It's crazy to me that they could get as far as actually putting it into law. Will it stand? Probably not.
Yeah, well,
it'll probably get knocked down.
It's going to go to the Supreme Court, and I truly believe, and I know this is a conservative Supreme Court, but I truly believe because most of those conservatives, and I'm sure everybody's got an agenda, and it's hard to be not,
I have an agenda.
Yeah, I do too. It's girls on trampolines. That's the that's my national.
And getting this over with so I can go get high.
Yeah,
that's my agenda.
Yeah.
Are you going to get high tonight, Kevin?
I get high every night, Greg.
Oh, that just turned sad.
No, I love it. It's great.
Yeah. That's every addict says that. Nobody shoots up heroin going, "This is terrible." They're like, "I love it. It's great. I'm going to do it."
It's not heroin. It's just a little PCP.
It's called just a little bit.
Just a little. I only enough to take the edge off.
I only go crazy for 24 hours. And then I take a little more, and I'm crazy.
I wait till my kid's in bed, and then and then I turn into a complete monster. Yeah,
but yeah, no, I think they will actually strike it down.
I do too. But just the fact that it actually was made a law is sort of, I don't know, man. That's crazy to me that it got as far as it did, even because separation of church and state is something I remember learning about when I was in fucking like middle school or even earlier.
I remember learning about that when I was a baby.
Yeah.
Actually, my mom used to tell me about it when I was in her belly.
Okay. We're going real far back.
My dad
I know where this is
his
going.
Nutsack about it.
I know where this is going. All right.
Okay, I got a question.
Yeah. Is it about Craig's nutsack?
Well, it's about
my dad's nutsack.
Sorry.
How did they hear? Because did his nutsack have ears? Because I feel like that's really
the one with the ears, dummy. Everything just kind of sounded like. I was a baby, so I can understand. Babies can hear like whales.
So babies hear sonar, or unborn babies hear sonar.
There's dolphins inside the womb. A lot of people don't know that. That's why when women give birth, there's a 9-pound baby and a 100-pound dolphin, and it's and
That's why the dolphin population is so high.
That's where dolphins come from. So. Oh my god! I saw a meme the other day. It was a crow carrying a hanger, and the little thing said, "I think this is the opposite of the stork."
Oh god! Oh, that's dark,
dude.
It's fucking dark.
Oh,
buddy,
yes,
I wish I wouldn't have heard that.
It was so.
No, you're gonna be okay, Greg. I
laughed.
No, I'm damaged.
No, you're good. You're good. You have a bunch of artwork on the wall behind you. You're gonna be fine.
Okay,
you got some pillows back there.
This is not my real room.
What looks to be a coaster? Is that a coaster?
Where?
I don't
It
know,
looks like a coaster. Yeah. Yeah.
Other way, old man.
Yeah.
Right there?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's to put your tea bag.
to put your tea bag.
There's a lot to unpack here.
The tea bag goes on the face, Greg. Everyone knows that.
You've been doing it wrong, man.
Yeah, then it's just putting your nuts on things.
I'm going to send you guys the video. You can tell me if I'm wrong.
We'll talk about your form.
Yeah, maybe you're wrong.
I'm teabagging the nightstand. Yeah, you like that?
Everybody knows you don't talk to your nightstand like that.
Yeah, be respectful, John.
I apologize.
To all the nightstands out there.
to
IKEA.
To the world, to the universe. I apologize.
Oh, God. Okay. That's it for me. That's all I got.
Oh.
So, John, you're up.
I don't think I am, Greg. I think you're up. No.
I
actually have a... You ready?
Yes.
Lay it on us.
So, did you guys watch the debate?
I could not bring myself to watch it.
Can we? Is it okay if we just skip John? I don't want to.
No. It's like I got a couple of questions. So did you watch
and it's good because I went to go see a show. I went to Ockerville River that night.
Oh, you love that band.
God, did you ever see other bands? I know there's other bands out there, right?
I don't like being made fun of. I don't.
I'm sorry for a guy who
so that's why you don't see other bands? I don't understand.
I do see other bands, and you guys know I see Wilco.
Craig's like, every time I go to an Ariana Grande concert, I get made fun of, okay? And I don't want to do it anymore, so I'm just going to see Ockerville River.
It's not true. It's not the only...
When's the last time they put it on an album? A new album?
Like, I don't know, 4 weeks ago?
Oh, did they really?
No one wants to hear that. For a band like that, you want to hear the old stuff, right?
You kind of do. The new
it's
stuff.
like when I saw the National once, and I was just like, yeah, just move past the new album. Just play the hits. Give me,
Did you release the National?
Yeah.
Did you enjoy it?
Oh, it was great. It was great. Yeah.
I love the National.
They're awesome. Have you seen them live?
Like 4 times.
Yeah, they're a great live band.
It wasn't even Ockerville River. It was the
Remember
National.
when you did that whole snob music episode thing?
Oh,
is this a callback?
Well, I just want you
I'm doing this topic about that.
I want you to know when you said, "Oh, I've seen them 4 times," you came off like a real music douchebag. So, you could have just said, "Yeah, I've seen them.
Yeah, I have.
Yeah. Oh, I've seen them 4 times."
I knew what Kevin's follow-up question was going to be, and I fucking tried to meet him at the bridge.
Yeah.
Hey, John, I have a question for you, and this is really not making fun of you, I promise. But so you're an admitted Dave Matthews fan, or you were at one point in your life.
I don't know. Do you have any audio recordings to prove this?
Yes, I do. Have you ever seen Dave Matthews?
I have not.
That was one of the things, like back in the day when Dave Matthews was huge. Like people would be like, "Oh, bro, I've seen Dave Matthews like 15 times. Oh, bro, I've seen him like 18 times." It's like there was like everyone knew the number. Like I thought that was always a very interesting thing because I've never heard anybody.
A lot of people are. It reminded me of Grateful Dead. People were
it's kind of in that same thing. Like, but even like I know I'm in Colorado. I know a lot of Fish fans, and I've never had anybody go, "Oh, man, I've seen Fish 480 times." But for whatever reason, the people who used to be big Dave Matthews fans always knew how many times they saw him. I just thought that was interesting.
Well, they like douchey music, so they're douchey people, and they keep track of how many times they've seen him, just like I did when it came to the National. I might
I've
be
seen-
wrong. It may have been more than 4 times.
I've
Oh,
seen
geez.
things
Well,
about
now here we go. Here we go.
Let's see. There was the Los Angeles Sports
Okay.
Arena.
Hey, hey, Greg. Greg, shut up for a second. John, what were you talking about?
So we were talking. Did you guys watch the debate? And you said no.
So I did not watch it.
How we
I
got on
did see
Wilco.
some. Obviously, read plenty about it, and
Yeah.
saw some clips that were less than encouraging.
I saw Aquaville River that night.
That's right.
Well, that's how we got on Wilco
for the fourth time.
We didn't get on Wilco. We talked about Wilco for 1 second because I said I've seen them too.
Yeah.
That's
how
a
many
bad
times
band.
have you seen Wilco, Greg?
I don't know exactly, and
Okay.
Wilco's
Okay.
fantastic.
They're
Fuck
not
these
good.
guys.
Well, so my
They're
topic
terrible.
is not on that.
Fuck
I was just
off,
kind of
face
curious.
fucker.
So fucking old man,
Fuck
boring
you.
ass
Why
shit.
don't you fucking listen to more fucking Susie and the Banshees?
I've seen Taylor Swift. I've seen
Yeah,
Taylor
you
Swift
like
23
them.
times, and every time it just gets better and better. You know. So
Have you guys ever seen Joe Biden?
what? Who? I golf. Do you golf? Yeah, I'll beat you in a golf match. That was. I
Why
don't
do
know who
you
that was.
sound like fucking my left foot guy?
Daniel Day-Lewis?
Yeah, he
mean
sounds like Daniel
Jimmy
Day-Lewis in
Stewart?
There Will Be Blood.
Oh,
I drink your milkshake.
see, you have a milkshake and I have a milkshake, and I got a really long straw, and I'm going to kill you with a pool thing or a bowling pin. It makes sense.
John hated,
It'll all come together later for you.
John hated that movie.
I did.
Did you? I
saw it with John, and he walked out of there going, "That was the worst piece of shit ever." And I was like, "That was the most fucking awesome movie."
I loved that movie, but I feel bad for you, John, because that was really long. So if you really
Yeah.
didn't like it, that's
Yeah.
a tough way to spend a.
You
I
feel
don't know, a
bad
whole
for
day.
John for being stupid and not liking
I feel
a movie
bad for
that he
John
liked?
because I have sat through some long movies that I have not liked, and that is not an ideal.
Well, and I
way
was
to live.
really like, I really like P.T. Anderson. I like him, and it was,
Yeah.
and I was very, and so I was, I think I had very high expectations, and it was so. And let me say that, like, I mean, his performance was absolutely amazing.
Of course, always,
everybody's
always.
performance was like all the
Yeah.
actors were amazing.
Yeah, Paul Dano was great.
I just
yeah.
didn't like.
So
the
what did
fucking
you not
story.
like?
The story. I just thought it was like boring as fuck. I did not.
California history, bud.
I just didn't give a shit when he got killed with a. I was just like, good.
Then why
kill
have
him.
you spent the
kill
the-
him?
Spoiler
Why have you
alert.
bored me
spent-
for 3 hours? Kill him again.
Why have you spent every waking moment since you saw that movie trying to look like every character in that movie?
I have a lot of self hatred. So, like, you
Not
know
only
why.
are you dressed like them, but you're bearded like them, and you just
T-shirts.
accidentally talk like them.
Yeah, well, man, I can tell you, I was
This is my son, HW Plainview.
I'm going to leave him on a train, send him back home.
So anyway, let's get back to the debate. Continue, John. I think you get where we were. we
right.
neither
Well,
of us
so
watched.
I was just curious. Like, my topic is not the debate. I was just curious if you guys watched it. So, yeah.
No, I went to go see Aquaville River.
Yeah, no, we know. Fuck. Good Lord. I hate that band more now.
Are you in the band? Is
I'm
that-
actually starting to hate the band.
So now this is my topic. So the do you think the two of you, right? Because nobody else
As
is
a
on the
unit
podcast.
or individually?
Well, individually.
Okay.
Do you think that splitting the atom has made the world better, or muy not caliente?
Did you not like Oppenheimer either? Is that what we're going with this?
Yeah, this is my bunch of movies I hate. That's
Talking about movies John doesn't like.
No, I liked Oppenheimer. I definitely thought it was overrated, but I liked it. It was good. It was.
Yeah.
I just saw it about a week ago.
I thought it was really good. I enjoyed it a lot.
Yeah.
I thought
Ryan Gosling was fucking dreamy in that one.
yeah.
Yeah,
And Margot
not sure how
Robbie?
Barbie. Yeah,
Woo.
yeah, I don't know how Barbie at the beach tied into him making the fusion. I don't know. Whatever. I don't know.
If we're gonna talk about that Oscar season, though, I will say that I thought Killers of the Flower Moon was super boring and long.
We talked about that on this
Did we?
podcast. Yeah,
Yeah.
Jesus. We haven't fucking grown at all.
Well,
I thought we
man,
evolved.
It's been like 3 years since we last recorded. I don't know what we talked about. So why you ask, John?
Well, because
I didn't answer. Do I think the world's a better place because we split
Sounds
the
like
atom? I would
A
say
trick
probably
question. Don't answer quickly. It's a trick question, man. It's loaded.
it is a hard question because I mean it ended a horrible war, but it also killed a lot of people. So I'm going to go with no because I'm a humanist. So no.
All right. Oh, that's very, very high road of you, Kevin. Wrong, but high road. Greg. Now that
I'm
you know
Sounds
gonna-
like we should be dropping more bombs.
Yeah.
I'm going to take the opposing view to that pacifist Kevin
Okay.
and
All right,
say,
so counterpoint.
scientifically speaking, it's pretty fucking badass that we
It's
were
totally
able to do
badass.
that as
Yeah.
people.
It's
And
totally badass.
I mean, who really knew how many people were going to die when we made a fucking bomb? Big
Well, according to
deal.
the movie Oppenheimer, a lot of people knew.
Those guys,
Yeah.
you can't trust them. I think only one guy
It's
really
Hollywood
knew.
anyway.
Everybody else kind of agreed. Oh yeah, sure, that'll
Well,
happen.
nobody-
Who's
I
the
don't
guy who
think-
knew? Einstein or
Nobody
Yeah, I'd
was
say-
like, listen, we're going to make this thing that splits an atom and then it's going to cover everybody in Cool Whip. It's going to be awesome. And it's going to be
that
so
sounds
awesome.
That does sound awesome.
people
I
don't wanna
love Cool Whip.
fight anymore.
Have you guys ever seen that movie? Speaking of splitting atoms, have you guys ever seen that movie Bone Tomahawk
No, but it's I want to see
with
it.
Kurt Russell?
Yeah, it looks good.
No, I haven't. That sounds familiar. Is it older?
It's not that old. It's only a couple years.
The last
couple years?
Last
Okay,
years, maybe
okay.
5 years ago.
Okay. Well, when you guys,
I was really hoping you were going to talk more about Cool Whip, but you went a different direction, and I thought you were going to go, Greg.
sorry. Cool Whip.
Whip.
I mean, I got nothing else to say about splitting the atom.
I'm sorry, you're
Okay.
done. I'm sorry. I didn't realize. Maybe give us a little I'm shutting the fuck up now kind of look or something.
John, how do you feel about the atoms splits? Splitsville of the
And the
atoms.
splits.
I'll
I'll tell you how I feel about banana splits.
How do you feel about bananas?
I'm in favor of them.
Yeah. You know what's interesting?
The
is
banana's a waste in that, though.
nuclear bombs don't give me the shits, but ice cream does. So therefore, the bananas.
Yeah, dairy's tough, man.
Yeah.
Dairy's tough.
It comes for me quick, but I still love it, which is very hard. So sometimes
It dances on your tongue and then out your sphincter.
yeah, no, dances in my tongue and then goes.
That is fast.
It goes full genocide on my stomach.
Jesus.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like when it goes in my mouth, it's the roaring 20s, and by the time it gets in my butthole, it's 1943. So it's not good. Yeah. So I think overall it's good.
Okay.
But I mean,
It's weird.
All right, is it my turn now?
No, I want to actually shut up, Greg. I want to hear this. I'm
well,
curious.
did you answer, Greg?
Yeah, what did I say?
You said you were going to go against whatever I said.
I said scientifically speaking, it's pretty fucking badass.
It's
And then I
badass,
talked
right,
about Bone Tomahawk.
But does that mean? But do you think being badass does that mean that it's been a net positive or a net negative for human?
I mean, there's a lot of death. I don't like death.
Right. Okay. So that
But John's going to tell us how it saved more lives than cost.
no, not necessarily. I'm not doing that. No, it's fucking horrible. But I just like people dying in mass numbers. No.
Yeah.
It's
Population control,
yeah. I mean, it does work. I think like it's overall it's been good, but I think it's saved more lives than killed people.
How?
That's what Greg just said you were going to say.
And
Yeah.
you said no, you weren't.
I know, but
you were like, no, I'm not going to say that. And you said the exact thing.
I did.
Almost
I
word
did.
for word.
Well, okay. Here's how. Right, because you guys are thinking about you're just thinking about you split the atom and there's a nuclear bomb and that's the only
Nope,
thing
that's
you know.
not all I was thinking about.
Okay, well, what else were you thinking about?
I don't want to tell you now.
I get what you're probably going to say, John, and that is that it's stopped wars as we knew them.
No, not even that. No,
Oh.
because in that aspect, I think it's actually far dangerous because it didn't. Because the problem is I don't think it stopped wars as we know them. I think it delayed another world war. It pushed it out further, but I don't think
it's expeditious and snow removal.
it is. Yes. It is.
Okay. Well, that's a loose positive, but it's positive nonetheless.
Yeah, I mean, because
So the threat of
shoveling
additional
your driveway is a pain in the ass. Nuclear.
it's not easy.
the threat of additional nuclear wars probably kept people's fingers on the let's exercise some self-control around here before we
That's I would assume so.
blow
Yeah.
off half cocked because
Right, but also, but I also think it raises the stakes. In that, I think it raises the stakes.
John
so high.
likes steaks today.
I do.
He mentioned steaks all. I'm getting
Oh,
hungry.
that sounds so good.
I know. Oh, like a ribeye. Oh,
I had a
man.
steak for breakfast. Isn't that
Bone
weird?
and ribeye.
So, Greg,
Steak and eggs, or just steak?
Greg,
I
is
had steak
everybody
and beans. It was like
everybody
I was
going to be
English.
invited to your heart attack, or just family?
You know, you don't necessarily have a heart attack from steaks. Sometimes you walk in front of a bus after you eat one.
and
And then you have a heart attack.
right, because your bones get crushed into your heart.
You're like, oh my God, that bus almost hit me. Oh God, I gotta grab her.
I gotta grab her. Is that wait? Is that something that exists in society? People call it a grabber.
It's from come on, man. It's from Saturday Night Live. It's from the old super fans, the Bears fans.
Oh god.
I gotta grab her. Oh, yeah,
Oh.
that's right. Well, of course you would remember that one in particular.
Of course.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, obviously.
Yeah.
So, Greg, shut up, John. I'm curious. I want to hear why John, other than what we said already, why John feels like it's. Did he freeze or is he just really still?
He's thinking about his opinion.
Because I was thinking about it. So okay, so let's go over. So here are like here's the bad shit, right? So here's the bad shit we get from because let's talk about because here's the thing, Greg.
Skin falling off of
I
humans.
just thought it was funny that you said here's the bad
But again,
shit. It
you
made
guys
me
keep
laugh.
thinking
It's
about,
a
like,
comedy podcast. You said something funny. I'm supporting the comedy.
Whoa. I thought when we came back, we were not going to be humorous anymore. We were going to be serious. We're going to take this.
yeah.
We're going to be NPR.
Well, and also be funny, Greg. You say you act like you're being funny, and then you get mad at me.
I was
'cause
complimenting you by laughing at one of your stupid jokes, and now I'm catching stupid shit from you. Fuck you, John. Tell us why it's so good to fucking die in a nuclear holocaust.
So
go.
Hey, Greg, was that so hard to say, buddy?
It's all he's been wanting for
That's all.
10 years.
Yeah. You had me at go fuck yourself, buddy. All right. So yeah. So nuclear wars or using
You say it
nuclear
just
weapons.
like George Bush did. George W. Bush.
Nuclear. Nuclear? Was it nuclear? Yeah. Okay, so yeah, so that you have the nuclear, blow each other up thing. That's bad.
Bad.
You have nuclear accidents, like meltdowns.
Not
also,
good.
Not great.
Not great. Not
3
great.
Mile Island.
Yep.
Radioactive. Well,
Fukushima.
So, but
Although, did you hear that might be opening up again? Sorry, I don't know if you guys read about that.
well, because
but
we're
yeah.
going to get into that.
I haven't had to read anything since the last time we recorded the podcast.
Yeah.
Because I don't have topics anymore and
So you don't have to.
I don't
Yeah.
read.
I've read 13 books since we stopped the podcast. And let me tell you, George is a curious monkey.
So
it really is.
Well
That would
done.
explain John's yellow hat.
And monkey.
It's a tight khaki outfit.
How can you not address the monkey?
Yeah, no one seems to care that monkey's hanging out, do they?
He's
Radioactive
a
waste.
real fucking dick, actually.
He is. He makes a lot of messes.
He does. I
Okay,
hate to clean up
John,
after that
continue.
guy.
The nuclear, risk of proliferation into a state such as I don't want to name names because I don't want the terrorists coming after me, but like North Korea. Let's just make up a country called North Korea
Yeah, or one called Rusia.
from the old URRS.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
Health risk if you're exposed to nuclear radiation. That's not it. Contrary to popular belief, does not make you a superhero. Just gives you cancer.
Yeah.
So you're naming a bunch of negative shit. I thought you were.
I said, let me get the negative stuff out first because I want to I just want to say, okay, I want to acknowledge
Okay.
that there's bad
That
things.
there is downside.
That
Okay,
there's
good.
downsides to splitting the atom.
No, I'm glad that you mentioned that because I feel like a lot of our listeners weren't aware.
Right.
that They were downstairs
Yeah,
to nuclear
yeah.
war. Yeah.
Literally everybody watched Chernobyl.
Well,
on
and also everyone watched
Netflix.
Jimmy Neutron. Very different messages.
Very different.
So,
Yep.
Good point.
yeah.
Mhm.
The terrorism, right? Again, and then
Your right eyebrow that has like a middle patch of just white
Gray.
hair.
Yeah.
That's related to splitting the atom.
yeah, it is. It is. And then the long-term consequences that impact of radiation exposure in humans and the environment is still not fully understood. On the environment, still not.
Hey John, you got to talk into that mic, buddy. You're looking down at your notes.
Reminds me of when my dad talked to me when I was in his nutsack.
talking about nuclear waste.
God, I love callbacks.
I've been sitting on that one for a while.
Okay,
Good. You use it at the right time.
so splitting the atom has spurred
You
education.
got to listen to the entire episode to get that. Oh, sorry. Splitting the atom.
I think people understand what a callback is, and if if they've gone in this far, they started at the beginning. So yeah, they'll get it.
I listen to our podcast backwards. It makes me so happy when the end is the beginning.
You listen to our podcast like watching Memento.
Yeah, like I tattoo us all over my body.
All right,
It's like,
shut up, Greg.
remember?
Um,
Okay, so Kevin says shut up, Greg, 6,000 times.
So it's just
You won't shut up.
basically just like
I'm on a podcast.
like crazy advancements in science.
Okay.
Environmental monitoring. So they use.
So let me. What are the
Shut up,
crazy advancements in
Kevin.
science? Are you getting? Is that what you're about to?
yeah,
talk
we're gonna
about?
kind of go backwards.
Toothpaste.
Okay, go through them. Okay.
Sanka, Gatorade,
Yeah.
to name a
Yeah.
few.
Whoa, Senka's not a good thing. Well, Godzilla came out of it. That's
Yes,
cool.
Yeah, and we didn't know what electrolytes were, and now we do. Yeah.
Because of Godzilla.
Godzilla. Well, that
Drinking
was
Gatorade.
In fairness, that was more Mothra, but
No, nuclear fusion. We figured that out.
Nothing cools down your throat after breathing fire than a good old fucking lemon lime Gatorade.
Did you
he
just
was their original spokesperson.
did you just have an H bomb dropped on you? Have a Fanta.
Wait, that can't have electrolytes in it.
So they use isotopes, nuclear isotopes, in tracking environmental changes in pollution.
That was the name of the baseball team on The Simpsons.
Yes, it was.
The isotope. Oh, very good. Very good, Greg.
Good reference.
Food safety. So they actually irradiate all of our food now, and they do it at very low levels, but it's enough to kill off any bacteria and parasites, which makes it healthier to eat and extends the shelf life of the food.
We still get E. coli things though. Warnings.
It's not a perfect system, okay, Kevin?
Well, fuck, man.
Imagine how many E. coli's you would be getting if we didn't have radiation.
So many E.
You
coli's.
would never be able to get out the pot.
I got a coli.
Oh, baby, I got another E. coli. I'll be back in 20 minutes.
I'm gonna go put these E. coli's
like-
in the.
Feels like Godzilla's coming in. Feels like Godzilla just ate a bunch of ice cream.
Yeah.
What happened to Greg? Greg, you sound like a robot. What'd you do? Oh, God. Fix it.
What happened?
Fix it. You did something.
You unplug something or hit a button.
You hit a button or something. You sound awful.
No, I punched this.
There it is. Punch it again.
There
Okay.
you go.
Are you good?
You're
Am I
good.
back?
Yeah, you're back.
Yeah, you're back.
Oh, my printer just moved too. Do you guys have printers?
Not that I know of.
Do we have what?
God,
Printer.
printers.
A way to print out paper.
I have a printer. Do you want a printer?
Yeah, I do.
Do you need something printed? You're like all of a sudden you're like, oh, I was supposed to print out like a
I
map
punched
in
my.
Texas."
I punched my.
I've got an assignment due tomorrow.
I punched my desk, and my printer turned on, and I don't know what's coming out.
That really screwed up your.
I think I'm getting a fax
Your
from
sound.
John. Sorry.
I don't even know.
So all this stuff, John, you're saying couldn't have happened if we had
Right.
this.
So, and there's and then you have so basically it's really expanded and increased our ability to explore space. We've used like that, so basically the science has spun off. But the biggest thing that it has medical stuff, medical advances. Nuclear technology is used in medical imaging like PET scans and cancer treatments, radiation therapy, as well as X-rays.
So you think there could have been a way to
Well, actually, the
maybe?
X-rays we already had, but
Wouldn't there be a way to like do and create all of these things without maybe creating like a death machine, like a nuclear warhead?
I'm not saying there isn't.
Like you could go to the dentist and get X-rays without having also had
Because listen, I'm
a
not
nuclear bomb.
I'm not a scientist, nor am I a plumber. So
John, let me ask you something seriously though. When the atom was split, and I honestly don't know the answer to this, and I did see Oppenheimer
because they watched their father die.
Well, when the atom was split, was it intended at the time? Was the technology intended for good, or was it intended for destruction?
No, it was absolutely intended for destruction, right?
Yeah, that's what I thought.
But I think
So these are byproducts, positive byproducts of a bomb, is what essentially what
yes.
we're saying,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. And things, but I think the biggest contribution and where it could be, where it could make up for all the horrible things that have happened, because basically, if our whole country ran on nuclear power plants, and I want to say because everybody's like, oh, but meltdowns and things like that, there's only been about 1,000 people die from nuclear exposure. Not the people who got blown up with bombs. Just
You're talking about meltdowns.
I'm
at
talking about like
facilities.
Chernobyl and
3 Mile Island
and
yeah.
Fukushima.
Fukushima and 3 Mile Island.
What about the
and-
three-eyed fish on The Simpsons?
Well, that's a cartoon, Greg.
Yeah, that's not real, Greg. It's a second Simpsons reference, but we got to make sure that you understand that is
Yeah.
a fictional television show and it's animated.
Based on
Comedy
reality.
comes in threes. You get one more. So use it.
So use it wisely.
Okay. I can't wait.
He's like, now.
I think the problem, John, that I have is that I think it all comes back. There's other examples of this kind of stuff. It's like how many deaths are okay for the positive? You know what I mean? Like how much awfulness, how many terrible things are we comfortable with to get to a positive place?
Right. So it's
7.
Yeah.
Okay. Well. Okay. So
Not
then your
100,000,
vote is no. It's not good.
Yeah. Well, so and this is where like right now, I don't think the things. Well, if you're somebody who gets because like chemo, right? So if you're somebody who gets cured of your cancer from chemo, you're probably very grateful for all the things. You're probably very grateful for the people that
Sure.
died and who got you to that point, and now you're alive, right? So I don't know the actual, how many people have been say like how many people have survived cancer that wouldn't have survived cancer. I don't know, but I think that where it would be a huge benefit is if we use it as an energy source, because basically anything we do right now, right? Because there's just so many fucking people, and anything we do eats up, even like the Teslas, which we're supposed to be these huge environmental things, but they're actually not because of all the shit that goes into the battery and where you get the batteries and all that stuff, right? And so
where you put the batteries when they're done. And all
yeah,
that.
and so
yeah.
but so if we had nuclear energy plants, and you would only need 10 to run this country, so if you had 10 nuclear power plants that were running this country, you would have clean it because it's zero emissions, so you have clean energy. And now, because the technology is so great, the chances of having a meltdown, you'd need a water supply, and you'd have to store the water, like the radioactive water. But even doing that, even if you had to give up a 300 square mile space of America to store that material, right, it would be worth it, because you would completely, the amount of emissions that you would drop, the smog, air pollutants, all these things that cause all sorts of asthma and lung cancers and all this shit would go away. So in a long enough timeline, I believe if we did that, then that would get rid of, and you wouldn't need, you wouldn't need battery powered cars, because you could actually make enough, you could split water and or H2O, you could split it up and make enough hydrogen gas, which is zero emission, to run every vehicle in America.
Well, we would have to get to a place where you could do everything safely, because at this point it's still,
Right. Yeah.
I mean, shit goes sideways,
Right,
and
but
everyone's panicking. And I know you don't think the numbers are that high, which they're kind of not, but
I mean, well, because more people have died from dams breaking than people have died from nuclear.
Yeah, a thousand. I mean, and I'm not, we're not trivializing death here, but
Right.
but yes, you're right, John. I mean, 1,000 is probably a lot lower than pretty much anybody would have thought.
how many people have died from dams? How many beavers?
It's the number. It's total is like in the 60,000s. I don't remember the exact number, but it's very high.
Why do you know that?
No, it's
Why
not.
do
I swear
you
to God.
know that?
Look
He
it up.
totally made that.
No, I didn't.
up, Kevin.
I did not make it up.
No, he fucking
I did
made
not
it
make
up.
No, it's in. So I read a book called Apocalypse Never, and in that book he like talks. He's like I forget his name, Michael Schoenberger or something like that. He sounds a lot like there's like a comedian.
How many people have
Michael
died
Showalter?
in
Walter?
dam accidents in
Well-
the history of the world?
A lot of goddamn accidents.
There's a lot. So the Bangkok Dam in China in 1975, 171,000 people died.
So yeah, I'm sorry, I'm way low, Greg. I apologize.
The San Francisco Dam in the USA in 1928 killed 431 people. The Morbi Dam in India killed somewhere between 5 and 10,000 people. Vajont Dam in Italy, 1963, 2000. South Fork Dam in the US in 1889, 2200.
As John Banks is feverishly working a calculator.
So no, I mean it's more than 60. I mean,
yeah,
it's a lot.
I was
more.
thinking it
there
was like
471,000 in one of those.
Yeah.
So yeah.
and that was
there was
because
there
of that
was
Chinese
one
dam.
with 471,000.
So I guess I could have stopped there, but I agree with that. I mean, like the 1,000's very low, lower than I would have thought. But you're not. When you start thinking about Hiroshima and Nagasaki, then things change a little bit.
Well, and also
obviously.
like that. Well, so Hiroshima was, yeah. I mean, that's again terrible. Like I'm not like, but I think they're here now. We can't get rid of them. And
Right.
so if we're going to have this threat hang over, shouldn't we also use the good aspects of it to like try to
Absolutely.
offset
No.
right?
But that wasn't the
It
question.
wasn't the question.
Like, so, I mean, I think
Changing my
it's
question.
hard. Well, it's hard. It's hard to say the good outweighs the bad when the bad doesn't directly affect you at all.
Well, but could you say so? In other words, let's just say let's pick a low number. Let's say that using nuclear energy and like clearing up the air and dropping our emissions and stopping like revert. We could also start working on reversing global warming. There's all these things, right? So how many people die from extreme heat now? How many people die from hurricanes?
Right.
How many,
That's very true.
and so like if we could just say 50,000 people a year, right? It wouldn't take that long to equal the number of people that died. And again, like it's horrible. I'm not like, oh, it's great, but I think
No, I know. Yeah. You're not saying
I had no idea that John was sponsored by big nuclear.
big energy.
that would have been a really, really good chance to use your third Simpson joke. So
I was trying. I really was going for it, but I couldn't put it together.
Yeah, that would have been what was Mr. Smithers?
Springfield nuclear power plant.
Yeah.
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 Mhm. Yeah, that would have been a good time for
I
it. Well,
do play on the isotopes, so
That's stupid.
that's
but he already
everyone knows he
used the
hates baseball.
isotopes joke.
well, I use it differently.
And-
You used it in a dumb way.
One of my favorite ever Simpsons episode was the softball one, though. So great.
I don't
Can
know.
you give me more information?
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about.
You don't remember the softball one?
Is it the one where they had the bunch of professional?
Yeah.
yeah. That
Oh,
was
it's
a good
so
one.
good. It's
Yeah.
so good.
That was early.
Yeah,
on.
it was very early. Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah,
I think
so.
Daryl Strawberry was in that episode.
Pre or post Coke addiction?
During.
Yes.
During. Yeah. Even better.
Yeah. So that's what I think. Da-da-da-da-da-da.
It's definitely an interesting discussion. I do see what you're saying, and it does. It becomes a philosophical debate where you talk about like what is one person too many. You know what I mean?
Well,
if that one person is your love of your life for your child, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like it's
definitely.
like
Yeah.
it's hard to really sort of quantify that.
Right, it's
and
like, would you
pick a
kill?
number.
Would you kill one person to save 5?
Exactly.
Right,
Yeah,
and then would
yeah.
you kill your daughter to save 5 strangers? It's a very
Would you kill your daughter to save 1,000 strangers?
Right, it's a
or
very-
10,000
it's a very
strangers, or
different-
whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's a question that hopefully no one ever has to like.
Well, it
make that
depends.
choice.
Is that child in utero or out in the world? So
That is
yeah.
Well, that yes.
Man, you guys,
Yes.
you guys are fucking taking this to a dark. I like it. Dark
Well,
place.
Greg's face just lit up, so it looks like he's doing research. Does that mean he wants to go next?
Do I have a
Oh,
choice?
so that was so. But kind of what got me on this topic, and because you had like talked, like you had done an episode on AI, and Kevin and I was, I can't think of the guy's name, but he's like the guy who's been kind of the godfather of AI like since the '60s, and he was talking about, and I was like, right, like this really. He was talking about how he's like, if we can make good choices as human beings, and basically can teach AI, like the narrow AI we have now, if we can teach it like morality and like not the way we live our morality, but actually the concept of morality, so it would actually be better than us. Right. And so he was like, if we can do that, and then just all the things you can do with technology, like he actually said he believes that 2029 is when we will have the first sentient AI.
The AGI, yeah.
And so
When
But
do we
see,
get to
here's-
sex robots?
Around the same time.
Yeah.
But my problem with that idea though is that morality is not the same across the board. Like what I find morally acceptable is not the same as what somebody who is super uber Christian thinks of morality.
right.
You know what
and
I
so
mean?
I think
So how do you teach something morality that has like morals are not law. They're not like something that you can really pinpoint.
But most humans, right, no matter what the religion, whatever, but most humans think it's wrong to kill people.
But we have war, and we have, we have executions, and we have like all sorts of other things that like, so is that, yeah, you're right. I mean, it is wrong to kill people, but we don't have a problem with it when countries at war.
Well,
Some people do.
Yeah, some people
That's
do,
true.
right?
That's true.
You
Yeah.
know?
But it's not across the board again. So like you don't have like, there's not a,
Well, right, and I
There's
guess
not
that's the thing. I guess it is who's teaching that AI, right?
who's teaching the AI.
Right.
Exactly.
So if you're
Yeah.
teaching that AI that all murder is wrong, right?
But
And
it goes beyond who's teaching the AI. It goes into what the AI evolves into.
yeah, right.
Well, that's what people are nervous about when it starts teaching itself.
Yeah.
And what is it teaching itself? Is
Right.
it teaching itself good things, or is it teaching itself how to take down the human race? And that's I
For
guess
our
that's
own
just
good. It's the plot of every fucking sci-fi story ever.
Yep.
And it's coming true, and it's
Yeah.
scary. I don't know.
I'm not that scared. I'm not scared of that aspect of it.
But
honestly.
but the flip side of it is, right, it literally could, because I think I've talked about this before. It figured out every human protein. It figured it out in 4 months, and it would have taken human beings over 100 years working very hard.
No,
to
the
figure that out.
medical stuff
Right,
is
the medical
is
stuff,
unbelievable.
and then maybe because I remember when Greg and I were sitting in a car one day, and we were having and this is years ago, and
Were you guys parking?
we were doing a little
Were you on the bluffs
a little over the pants stuff.
after prom?
Let John get
No, we
to it.
didn't go to prom. he took somebody else, and I've been pissed ever since. But we were talking, and I was just like, oh, we're just so fucked because of global warming, climate change, we're killing ourselves. And Greg, and he was just like, he's like, it's like we have managed to, human beings have managed over the last 150 years, kind of stay ahead of disaster after disaster with technology.
Right.
And even though we have we are creating this with our technology, Greg was like, I think we'll stay ahead of it. And at that time, I thought, well, that's a stupid fucking thing to say.
Yeah.
But now, because of AI, I actually agree with him.
I remember Greg, you saying that on this podcast about climate change too. That you're confident that technology will stay ahead of the bad. I don't know if you still feel that way, but you said that at one time that you felt like technology was going to.
I did, and it's a good excuse to do nothing.
Oh, yeah,
and hope that AI takes care of us.
Well, that's it. But
and I'm pretty optimistic about the planet surviving long after we kill each other.
yeah, no, the planet will be fine.
It's gonna bounce back.
Yeah, it will totally.
Yesterday, Jennifer and I were watching this thing about all the the fish being overcaught around in the ocean. They're coming back as soon as we're gone. There'll be plenty of fish.
Like the band
doesn't help us now.
Yeah,
doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Hey, the planet is not here to help us. It's here
I disagree. I think it's here to serve
man.
Yeah, to serve man.
That's the name of that fucking.
And if it doesn't,
in that Twilight Zone episode,
and you can't. Here's the thing: you can't fuck your planet if you promise your planet to someone else.
That's in the 10 Commandments.
It is. All right, that's it. Anyway, so I got nothing. That's all I got. So
you got nothing. That was a good topic.
I think it was great. I really, that's tough. It's a tough one. It's a real tough one.
I hope AI kills Greg first.
Me too. I hope it turns me into an AI zombie, and then I go directly to John's house.
Wait,
and we just hang out, open a beer. And
you just tell me everything I've ever wanted to know about everything because you're so smart. You have access to.
I'm not going to be a smart AI zombie. I'm going to pretend I know everything. I'm going to be just like John Banks. I'm going to pretend I know everything and say it with authority, but I'm going to be completely wrong.
That only happens half the time I'm right.
It's your own personal hell.
I'm gonna.
All right, so
you guys talk amongst yourself for a second. I'm gonna go grab what's called a ganas.
That's not how you say it.
He's gonna go make a ganache.
Yeah, I'm gonna need a couple.
He's gonna make some gnocchi.
Gnocchi.
my sourdough is ready to whatever you do with sourdough.
You're making your own sourdough? Oh, what are we gonna do during this break? Are we gonna play the break?
I don't know. I'm not gonna edit this out, so don't say anything too controversial.
God, I hate John.
No, that's not controversial. Everybody knows that. You say that on air.
Shit.
You say that all the time on air. He didn't even get a beer. What happened?
What happened, John?
Oh, okay. Got it.
Wait, it was pretty close.
It was, yeah. So, Greg, lay it on us.
Okay, guys. Let's make this the longest episode ever of History Defeats Itself.
Whatever.
My topic today. Okay, I know it's going to sound funny, but I actually thought about it while John and I were talking about 10 hours ago.
Oh, I thought you were going to say when we were talking about AI.
I didn't do anything, but I thought of the topic. The topic is...
That's all we can ask.
The topic is procrastination.
Nice.
And that's all I got.
He's like, you know what? We'll talk about this later.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do more tomorrow.
Yeah, everybody knows about procrastination, so let's fucking talk. Let's jump into it. It's tempting to keep putting off things that we don't enjoy, like recording this podcast.
Wait, you're serious? It really is procrastination?
Yeah.
Oh God, I thought he was fucking kidding.
No, it's not, I'm not kidding.
Noise.
Even though we know it will lead to stress later on, it's common to avoid starting or finishing things we don't really want to do. Like restarting this podcast.
How long has it been? Do you know? I didn't even look.
I don't think it's been that long.
Well, we
No.
quit
Okay.
right after my birthday.
Your hernia.
No, I don't know. It's a couple months, 2 months, 3 months.
Way longer than that.
Has it been way longer than that? 4 months.
Your birthday was in January.
3 months.
This
It was
is
three
July.
months. 3 months ago.
Oh, it was?
We didn't
Okay.
really quit. I mean, technically, we quit after my birthday because we quit after January, but I don't know. It could have been July's after my birthday. So
Touche.
that's called
You know,
time,
John,
motherfucker.
everything's after your birthday.
I
God
know.
damn it. All right. For those of you who don't know, procrastination is the act of delaying or putting off tasks until the last minute or past their deadline. For example, we started recording this podcast an hour and a half ago. I just pulled up this article.
I know you did.
5
Yeah,
minutes.
we all know that.
Line up.
Greg. We all know that.
This is a real time fucking
Now,
research.
John and I are forced to take this seriously.
I'm not forced to take anything seriously. I don't stand by that. Yeah, don't throw me into
you
that. camp.
assholes
Yeah.
wanted to do the fucking podcast again, and this is what you get.
So wait, I have a question for you.
Touche.
Greg. Do you
Again.
do you procrastinate?
I do not.
Are you procrastination?
I'm pro castigation.
I don't know what that word means.
I am pretty well organized, and I do not in my work life nor in my home life when it comes to duties around the home,
God, you sound like
child rearing,
He said duty.
chores, duties, especially when I have to go poo poo. I do not put it off.
Don't do that.
I jump right in. I derive a tremendous amount of satisfaction for tasks completed and checking off boxes. And I hate the stress that accompanies not doing something, not being prepared for something, with the mild exception of this very podcast episode.
No, that's. But let me ask you this though. Okay, so there's also there's procrastination, and then there's, I guess it's kind of the same thing, but the old adage of like kicking the can down the road. You know, like
It's
where
a real thing. It's not an adage. People kick cans down roads, man. Obviously, you
Okay,
never played
but-
kick the can.
I don't think I ever did play kick the can. I don't even know how
You know
it
why?
works.
Because you grew up with money and your parents could buy balls. So
John and I were dirt poor. We had to go to the back of your house and use all your cans.
we didn't
Yeah,
have
that's right. We did throw all our cans out back for you guys.
All
We
your
had a half a
Kool-Aid
trailer.
cans.
That was what we actually deducted that as charity.
and then we would kick those cans all the way to the recycling place and get a nickel.
and then John and
a
I
real whole nickel.
Then John and I would bring Kevin our receipts. We started a little corporation. We started an S corp, and that's how we got off the ground.
Trailer Boys Recycling.
But I mean, like, I feel like we all,
in cans.
You probably should not molest us just because we're poor.
even if you, even
that,
if
was
you,
our, that was our slogan.
it's a solid slogan. Even if you're not like a true procrastinator, you still like push things out. I think everyone kind of does that, right?
Well, according to my research,
No, I don't care about your research. Let's just talk. Fuck your research. Shut your damn monitor off.
Like I am a huge procrastinator, and my life is just I am just one stress ball, and I don't. know
I
why.
think it's very closely tied in with people that are people. You're either the kind of person that's always on time or you're always late.
but I'm always on time, and I procrastinate. Like it's weird. Like I procrastinate with certain.
That
things,
is weird,
but,
honestly.
But I
Yeah.
don't like when it. Like I. So when I'm getting. Like if
You're
I have
not
to-
always on time. I've met you for lunch at that Thai food restaurant. You're 5-6 minutes late, pretty consistently. I'm always there before you. Did you ever notice that?
Yeah, but that. So here's the thing. I don't care about you. So.
I'm just saying you're always. You just said you're always on time.
Well, but
You're
that's
not.
like I'm
John,
work-
we're not doing caveats here.
But
I mean, like you have to.
right, but I'm working. So it's like, but if I'm going out to like a dinner, I'm not late to the dinner. Now, like late because since I met my partner, she is always late and it drives me fucking insane. But I like if I'm going to meet somebody at a bar and we're meeting at 7, I'm there at 6:55. Right. Or I'm there at 6:40 and I wait in my
But-
car.
but you don't know what the topic is.
I'm there at 3 p.m. I'm really hammered by the time everyone else gets there.
Yeah, and like going to the airport, and so it's like I definitely like. There's certain times when I'm just
Ooh,
like,
what's your airport time? How early you got to be
if
there?
it's international, I'm 3 hours early. If
No, just a regular domestic flight.
I'm 2 hours early.
2 hours. That's what mine is.
So am I, but John and I typically fly out of LAX, and you cannot. I mean, you have to fucking.
You can't fuck around because there could
You
be
can't
a
fuck
wreck
around at
that will
LAX
slow you down by
LAX
an
is
hour.
rough.
Yeah.
I have flown out of there too. That is rough.
You have to get to the airport probably 45 minutes. Like you have to pull in the airport 45 minutes before 2 hours.
yeah.
You really need to get there 3 days before.
You do.
You actually got to go to Burbank, catch a flight to fly into LAX.
You do. LAX is a fucking nightmare.
Yeah, well, it's
It is.
like
It is a nightmare.
it's just it sucks. It's like so the Birmingham airport. When things go smooth, it's like the security. It literally took every time I go to the airport, it takes 2 minutes to walk through the door, go through the TSA, and get to my gate. It is crazy. That airport is so fast.
You know,
But they have like 6 planes and
Yeah.
they're very small.
Yeah.
that's how the airport was in Medford, but I heard you have to get there early too, because the same person that's going to check you in is going to be the one that brings the bags onto the plane. So if you get there too late, you're fucked because that guy's gone and he's already loading the other passengers' baggage.
Makes sense.
So I think procrastination is related to like to kind of being late and being okay with being late. It's this weird thing. I think we constantly do a little rationalization / negotiation with ourselves, and that helps to justify putting things off. We either are in denial about the fact that it's not really important to be prepared for our podcast, or you're like, yeah, I did as much research as I always did, even though I sent an email out to send it super cavalier. It made it seem like we didn't have to really do shit.
Let me just say, I did way less research than I normally would have done, and all I was really doing was just making sure that I could talk about my topic intelligently, and which John also did, and you came up with your topic while we were doing our topic.
No, I came up with my topic literally 10 hours ago.
He did.
I didn't do anything about it, but I did come up. John was on the phone with me, and he was trying to get it out of me.
I was because I was like, I want to use your topic and go second. But he wouldn't give it to me.
I didn't give it to him because I know that fucking guy.
Listen, I'm with you, Greg. I get my shit done around the house, at work. I don't like to procrastinate and all that, but we all do it to some degree, right? Are you legitimately saying that you just
No.
procrastinate?
For sure. I think
we
everybody
all kind of do.
Everybody
about
procrastinates.
certain things. Yeah,
It's just like being in denial about things. If you did not have a veil of being in denial, you wouldn't be able to function because you would be worried about all the problems that are constantly happening,
You've been
bombarding us.
procrastinating us
like
going on a date for 15 years. So
you guys have been on a lot of dates.
nothing with pants stuff.
Wait, are you talking about me and you?
Stuff?
You talking about me and you, John?
Yeah.
Yeah, there was one time we got to second base.
That's true.
None of us were comfortable.
So awkward.
Neither one of us were comfortable.
So awkward.
It wasn't as funny as I thought it was. It got, for a second, it got really serious.
Do you guys consider yourselves 100% heterosexual?
I don't think anyone's 100%.
But I would say I'm definitely like I have no problem whatsoever. But I know because I've tried some stuff and I'm just like I'm like mechanically that's really good. Like what you're doing is cool, but I'm like
It's just not moving the needle here.
there's zero like excitement.
Yeah.
Right. So yeah.
I was just curious if you guys ever thought you could be together.
We want to be together, and unfortunately, the part of us that's heterosexual is not allowing.
Yeah,
us
it's
to
really
be together.
stopping our relationship.
So, Greg, if you and John were to date, I have follow-ups. If you and John were to date,
He'd have to shave that beard off.
I was going to ask if you'd make him shave the beard.
Yeah. And you know what? Buddy? You got to cover up that bald spot because I don't want to be looking at that.
You could do it with the beard hair.
Yeah, I don't want that shit on my head.
Wear like a little yarmulke.
I would have a really, really, really hard time being with a dude.
Physically?
And I'm gonna procrastinate that as much as I can.
Yeah.
I just can't do it, man. And I love, like, I'm also a very affectionate person. Like, I love to hug my friends and grab their asses and stuff like that.
Yeah, you have grabbed my ass quite a bit.
He's not. I don't think he understands what affection is.
Well, it's weird too because he always tries to like push up the hole, and that's awkward. You know, like Greg, I'm wearing jeans. This isn't going to work.
And he will not stop pulling your dick out.
No,
That's funny. No,
He's like,
I
look at my friend's dicks with my mouth. So
almost said something really bad about what I do with my finger after, but I make you smell it. I don't like doing that kind of stuff. I mean, I just like I'm just like a buddy. I like to hug and
There's part of me though that wishes. There's part of me that wishes I could be like bi because gay dudes have a lot of sex. Like
They
gay
do.
guy I
they
know-
do have a lot of.
Right.
Well, because they're guys.
I know. And you're just like, hey,
You're like, you want a blowjob? Of course, I want a blowjob.
Yeah.
What is it? A day of the week? Of course,
I literally, so I have this friend of mine. They have sex 4 to 5 times a week, and it's like they go for like 2 hours every time they do it.
Well, that sounds exhausting. I don't know if I can get on
what
board with
they
that.
go to work and they have sex. That's what they
There's not much
do.
time for anything else.
And they might be on like a trivia team. So
Hey, we got to wrap this trivia thing up real quick
Probably
because we got to go have sex. This could take a while.
They probably have to take a lot of creatine too.
yeah, they do a lot of.
Does creatine give you more stamina in bed? Is that what you're saying?
Must. I don't know.
It's got to.
Maybe testosterone replacement therapy. Some of that. Yeah, but I don't. I'm one of those people that stresses out if I'm late or if I procrastinate. But I will. I mean, I will procrastinate, but it's usually about something doesn't have a ton of importance.
Right. Yeah. And I think that's an important distinction too. If you're procrastinating, like, that test you need to get.
Yeah, no, that was me.
Yeah, right.
Don't do that.
I was the guy that literally was studying for the test I was going to take.
Not that kind of test.
No, I know, but I was studying for that test.
I don't think that was necessary.
I don't want to
but,
fail. I want to make sure I've got what I think I got. So, but I would be studying in the morning. Like I'd be like on the drive, or I'd wake up like 2 hours early and I would like study, and I never passed. But that was me, and I knew, and I hated it. I was like, why do I do this to myself? But I also love to not study.
You love to not study?
Yeah.
I think that at that age, when you're like a student, if you think about it, most adolescents and even young adults are known to procrastinate.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just way more common.
Well, and I think it's
because
that was a big moment.
yeah.
Oh, and it really.
But I think it's because your prefrontal cortex isn't completely developed. It doesn't develop until you're 25, so you have a really hard time seeing consequences of your actions coming through.
Maybe, but the other thing could be that you just don't really want to do that, and you'd rather do what you want to do.
That's part of being a young person too. It's much
but
easier.
But I still do that.
So give me an example. Like, what do you put? Like doing your taxes. Like,
No, I mean, like there could be situations where I'm like, well, I probably should be doing this, but I don't know. I just kind of want to watch this hockey game right now.
Yeah,
I've done that before.
Is it like feeding your kid? You're like,
I probably should go pick my son up from school, but he's their problem now.
I do pay them.
Yeah, a lot.
Yeah,
they'll figure it out. There's a phone number they can call.
Yeah, it's not mine. I don't put my phone number on those things, but
they know they're
an idiot.
Child welfare or whatever.
Yeah,
that's fine. Yeah, so it is kind of an interesting thing because I think while you're procrastinating, if it is something that I think has some weight, you're constantly like it's weighing on you the whole time you're not doing it anyway. Unless you're just a shitty person and you just like, oh, I totally forgot to call my mom on her birthday.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a shithead.
Mm-hmm. You can't procrastinate that. You got that kind of thing. You just got to do it when you think about it, because otherwise you're fucked.
And isn't there a tremendous sense of satisfaction when you take care of a task that you didn't want to do and it's completed?
Definitely.
You're like,
yeah, when it's in the rearview mirror, absolutely.
That thing where it's like because I am a person, I procrastinate all the time, and so what I have to do is I literally every night. Or it's like I have to be like, okay, so I need to do these things for work. And if I do these things for work now, tomorrow will make my day better. And basically what that means is it will make it easier on me. So if I take care of myself now, if I do this 20 minutes of shit, right, it's going to make my whole day better and it's going to take care of me. And if I think of it that way, I'll do it. But if I don't, if I'm like, I don't want to do that. And then it's like, and then the longer I don't do it, the harder and harder and harder it becomes for me to do it.
Absolutely.
Right.
That's the rub,
And
too.
the craziest thing about your brain is your brain is not looking out for your best interest ever.
No.
Like, why do you give yourself fucking anxiety?
Yeah.
Like, especially in the middle of the night. You
Oh,
know,
that's the worst.
You know you need to sleep.
Yeah.
And your brain's like, hey, asshole, what if everybody dies in a fucking Holocaust? And you're like, great. Thanks, stupid brain. You give yourself nightmares.
Yeah.
Why would your brain do that to you?
I know.
Oh, here's everyone you love dead.
Yeah. Or
Like,
how about like you're sitting there trying to sleep and your brain just wants to remember all like the shitty moments of your life from like high school. Like it's like, oh, remember when you did that in high school? That was bad.
Yeah. You look like a real asshole to everybody.
Yeah, you were a real asshole, and that really traumatized you. But anyway, good night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God, I had a really hard time getting that swastika removed, but it was, I guess we all learned.
You know, it was summer camp. So what are you going to do?
Summer
And
camp.
then we all had to get them.
Yeah, they made us beat the shit out of those guys. It was weird.
Jesus.
That's weird.
that
I
might
mean,
be-
we all did it, but it was
that might be a really, really good stopping point. Unless you've got more on procrastination, but I feel like that we covered everything we could.
Yeah, so don't defeat yourself and don't put off till tomorrow what you can do right now.
Yeah,
like ending this episode. There's no reason to prolong it.
And remember, when everyone goes nuclear war, those 10 commandments are going to burn up. So don't procrastinate.
I love it. Well done, guys.